92.7 WOBM. Good morning. Shawn Michaels with you. And today we are talking with a gentleman who has joined us in the past and is making another visit to us here in Ocean County. He was, of course, one of the Imagineers with Walt Disney during the heyday of the Disney Company. He's here to talk about his upcoming visit to Toms River. Marty Sklar will be visiting Toms River on Sunday, October 11th. Good morning, Marty. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you very much for calling.
Now, I recently saw you. I wanted to begin here because I recently saw you as part of the American Experience on PBS talking about the life of Walt Disney. And you were on that special, and you were talking about various things with, the Disney Company. And, you were there for the birth of a lot of things with Disney and Imagineering, as they started to call it, right?
Yes, that's correct. It's called Walt Disney Imagineering, and it was originally a personal company of Walt's called WED, Walter Elias Disney Enterprises, and we changed the name in the 90s to Walt Disney Imagineering.
When you...
And the role that Walt specified for it and created for it was to design all the Disney parks around the world, beginning with Disneyland in 1955.
What point did you think, was there a point where you weren't sure that Disneyland project was going to all fall into place, or were you pretty confident from the beginning? Because when I watched the special, quite an undertaking you guys did to put that park together, and, towards the end there, it got kind of rushed to get everything together. Was there a point where you wondered if you could do it, or were you pretty confident?
Oh, I think some of the things that happened on opening day, because there was a plumber strike, and Walt had the choice of completing the bathrooms or the drinking fountains, and he chose the bathrooms, of course, and then people accused him of forcing people to buy Coca-Cola and things like that. And a lot of the attractions didn't work. I remember the Autopia cars, which is such a popular attraction. At the end of the first day, there wasn't one car running.
Yeah.
So we had a lot to do to catch up with something so brand new at that time.
Yeah. When he moved you guys over to the Walt Disney World site in Florida, was it something that you kind of was like, okay, we're doing it again, or was it something that was so much bigger and broad scale that all new thinking had to go into that one?
Well, that was brand new because we went from Disneyland, which is today about 300 or 400 acres, and to Walt Disney World, almost 28,000 acres, twice the size of Manhattan Island, about the same land area as the whole city of San Francisco. So you start out with trying to plan for that kind of massive development, and it's amazing when you go to Walt Disney World today, when we started with one park and 2 hotels and a campground, and look what it is today. It's kind of amazing to me.
It truly is. It truly is. So you're going to be coming in, you're going to be talking about a new book that you have, One Little Spark. It is about, and I'm going to let you sort of talk about this, it's about the 10 Commandments, Mickey's 10 Commandments that were put together, that you put together, and it formulated a list of, or is how-to a good way to put it? Like, describe what it is you did with Mickey's 10 Commandments.
Well, the whole book started out because I had the reason I came to Ocean County and Toms River before was about the first book I did, which was called Dream It, Do It, and it was a more personal memoir. And everywhere I went around the country, and I talked Chicago, Seattle, New York, everywhere. And everywhere people, parents, grandparents, and kids, of course, would come up to me afterwards, and they'd say, how do I become an Imagineer? So I said, I've got to write a book about that. And that's what this book is about. And the way into it for me, before I brought in actually 75 different Imagineers to write about their own experiences and their own passion and their own the way they got to where they are, I had developed a list of what I called Mickey's 10 Commandments in honor of you-know-who.
Yes.
And it's principles that we use to develop the parks. And, of course, the first one is the most important, and that is to know your audience. Because if you don't really know who you're talking to and directing the story to, I don't see how you can be successful. And that goes for almost anything in life and communication. So those principles became kind of like the Bible for Imagineers in creating what is now 11 Disney parks around the world, and the 12th one being built in Shanghai right now. And that was the genesis for the new book, One Little Spark.
Excellent. And you're going to be coming to Toms River. You'll be speaking Sunday, October 11th at 2 p.m. If folks want to register for this, and they're asking that you do, you could call 732-349-6200 or visit theoceancountylibrary.org. We're talking with Marty Sklar. Marty, is there one place in Disney World or Disneyland that brings back the most memories or has a little tug at your heart when you go back there now and walk around through it?
Oh, of course. When you walk on to Main Street at Disneyland especially, it's so much, almost exactly the way it was when Walt was alive. And with all those parks around the world, in Hong Kong, in Paris, in Tokyo, and of course in Florida, it's still, Disneyland is still very much like it was 60 years ago in many ways, and that is more than nostalgia. It's a very warm feeling to have something in your life that has lasted that long. We don't keep our appliances that long. We don't keep our cars that long. But Main Street at Disneyland, and for me, I have one of the things that Walt did initially was to honor people who had something to do with creating the park, and and the way he did it was to put windows on Main Street with their names and businesses, for example, that are not real businesses.
Yeah.
But I have my name on a window at Disneyland City Hall right when you come into the park. And that means quite a bit to me.
That is excellent. I've been to both parks with the family, and they hold great memories for us as well. And I'm sure if you're a fan of Disney, you want to be at this event happening Sunday, October 11th at 2 p.m. The book is called One Little Spark. You can check it out on Amazon.com, and Marty will have plenty of books there for signing as well at that event. One thing I wanted to leave you with, Marty, my daughter is about to become part of the Disney family. She's going to be taking part in the Disney College program. She's going to take a little time off from school here and go to Florida and do school with the Disney family. So we're looking forward to that, and she's very excited to have been accepted into that program.
Well, it's a great program. I've talked to them a number of times, especially on the West Coast, and it's a terrific introduction to a business, and you really learn a lot that you can carry out throughout your life, whatever you decide to do in the future.
Yeah, she's really looking forward to it.
It's a great program for your daughter.
Thank you very much. Marty Sklar, we look forward to seeing you here in Toms River on October 11th. Have a safe trip and a great fall and winter. And thanks for joining us again. Your first book, I loved it. Going to read this one, One Little Spark. Thanks for being with us today, Marty.
Oh, thank you so much. Good. Have a great day.